Yes. I think for me, growing up, it was something I took for granted. Because we're part of the continent. Obviously, you can't choose what continent you're living. Well, you can choose what continent you're living on, but you can't choose where you're born. And so I think growing up, that was just natural. And also, we don't have a very strong German nationality feeling. So I think in Germany, sometimes we put in a lot of European identity instead of like being proud of being German. When I was 18, I went to Australia to study, and it was a really international college, so a lot of Americans, a lot of Australians. And I think I'd never been exposed to so many different nations and so many different people. But then we had a Latino friend, and he was always referring to the Europeans because I realized that we were actually quite similar in some ways. Even if a guy came from Spain or from a girl from England, we were all more tending to be more, precise, and this is how things need to be, while the Latinos were all kind of like, whoa, let's just do it and be spontaneous. So I think that's where I realized that actually as Europeans we're quite similar. I guess Brexit. The thing is, obviously Brexit isn't just one moment, but it's been this current of right-wing politics and just people thinking more we need to concentrate on our own country, and we need to take pride in our own nationality and everything that's apart from that. So all the movements of trying to work together, that doesn't go together. And so I think Brexit is part of that bigger movement of countries saying, no, we need to concentrate on ourselves. I think this is very tricky because the news never tell you, oh, this went well and this meeting was awesome and these people are getting along well. You don't see that on the news. You only see the things that are going wrong, and you never think about, oh, this has been going well. My initial thought was when Macron became president, because I think he's a good president and he's good for his country and for Europe. But then I also think, and this might sound weird, but the refugee crisis really prompted us to think, okay, we're not just a union of states, but we actually we want to be humanitarian in what we're doing. And I think with all the bad it brought out, and obviously it's a humanitarian crisis, but I think because all these people showed up on our borders, we had to think about, okay, what are we going to do? And some countries rose up to the challenge and actually tried to make room for people and try to involve people. And obviously there's so much room for improvement. But I think it turned out as an opportunity for people to show it's not just about money, economics, trades. It's actually about helping people. And I think that's awesome. I would say freedom. So freedom to travel, freedom to study abroad, freedom to cross the border, use the same currency without any issues. And then people coming to Berlin to study, and it's so easy to get along with because we're just part of this one big thing. We have our own nationalities, but at the same time it's really like, oh yeah, that's cool, we all get along. We're part of this bigger thing, which is so much, it's beyond us. So and obviously, like, I was born 89, just before the wall came down, and that wouldn't have happened if there wasn't such a strong European current back then. the one thing that needs to happen for a lot of other things to happen would be in every country to be a good government that actually bringing justice to the country, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, all these basic rights, which at the moment are really questioned by a lot of leaders, which is shocking to me because I grew up taking it for granted, but now all these people are suppressing opinions. And I think if in every country we had a good leadership and good government, which was actually trying to help people and not just power hungry, I guess then all these other important things like climate development and economic development, all these things can actually happen. If you have a leader who's just looking out for himself, he won't look after climate change. So I think that would be the one thing.